News now, and Singapore-based international property investor Aquaint Capital Holdings has announced it will list on the ASX on the 11th of November this year. The company has indirect property investments in the UK, US, Germany, Malaysia and India. The chief executive, Tan Yang Po, is currently in Australia, and she joins us now from our Sydney CBD studio. Welcome to the program this afternoon. I just want to ask you firstly your motivations, your reasons for listing here in Australia.
Firstly, Nigel, thank you very much for having me here. The reason why we have chosen to list in Australia and not in Singapore, the reason is because of the model of our business. In Singapore, a lot of public listed companies have got one company, one business. Whereas in our case, we have two main entities. One of them is property, development and investment. The other one is a fund company. And then on the side, we have a small business, which is seminar. So for this kind of model is very unusual in Singapore. Whereas in Australia, it's very common. In fact, a few successful businesses surrounds themselves in this kind of business model. So we decided to list in a country that understands our business model instead of a country that may not be familiar with our business model.
Okay, but it hasn't necessarily been smooth sailing for you. I understand that ASIC rejected your first prospectus. Why did they do that, and what changes have you made to get it through?
Actually, what happened was, how we listed the holding company is because we injected two businesses into the company. Traditionally, in a listing in Australia, you do not have to declare the previous past years. In fact, you're not supposed to declare the past year's historical data. Whereas after we submitted, then ASIC says that no, now you have to submit, and therefore we have to create a pro forma of a historical number to satisfy ASIC's requirement, and that causes the delay of the listing.
All right, let's talk about the business specifically, because you do property seminars, real estate books, you have an investment club, and you promise to turn people into cash flow millionaires. How do you plan to do that?
Actually, that is a seminar which is a smaller business. What we teach people is how to create cash flow through property, not just in property, as well as in stocks, as well as in creating your own business. So it is through the seminar that we educate people. Now, the reason why we created this seminar is because we realized a lot of people wanted to create passive income, especially after they read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is a world bestseller, but they do not know how to do it. So we want to create a seminar, teach people how to create passive income, you know, through the various asset classes and not just in property.
But there are already a lot of property seminars and investment consultants here in this country now. What makes your business any different?
Actually, we are not planning to bring the seminar business in Australia. We are only focused, actually the main part of business is actually property investment. The seminar business is more like a giving back to society because, you know, when people saw what we do, they were very excited, they were very impressed, but they don't know how to exactly do it. And, you know, so what we wanted to do is we tell people, before you invest in anything, educate yourself first. So don't just blindly rely on other people, which is exactly like what you said. A lot of people invest, they got burned, and they don't know what they're doing. So it's more like a giving back to society. We tell people, go and educate yourself first, you know, before you invest in anything. So our main focus in our business really is property, and we look at properties that is mid-size, you know, like the 30 million to the 100 million, where a lot of big boys are not interested in investing. So that's the reason why we can capture and dominate this market, which not many people are in. That makes us different from others.
What's your take on our property market here? Because there's a lot of speculation, it's quite overheated at the moment. And do you have your eye on any specific opportunities?
Yeah, actually, the next step is we want to aggressively look at Australian market, because Australian property has always been a darling for Asia, because a lot of Asians actually study here or even migrate or retire here. So a lot of people are interested, but in the past, because of the opportunity elsewhere in a crisis country like UK and US, that's why the last 3 years we invested there. But right now, we are looking at Australia. There are a lot of opportunity because the last 2 years, there are pockets of developer, you know, because of the financial difficulty, presents itself an opportunity for us as well.
Right.
So these are areas that we are looking at right now in Australia.
Now, there has been a bit of controversy over one of the directors in the company, Darren Olney-Fraser. Can you confirm if he has an ongoing role in this business?
No, he has no ongoing role. The only reason we are associated with him was because we bought over his fund company, you know, for the license. So that's the reason why he has. Other than that, we have nothing to do with him, no business relation whatsoever. And
can you confirm that you yourself have about 550 million Singaporean dollars worth of property?
550 million, no. It's not worth of property, not that I own, but what I've done is I've managed, transact, and also develop properties like that. It's not just in Singapore, but all over the world.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.